So just, the guy has found a way to win in these conditions. Number 1 in the world a couple of months ago. Number 2 now. He's a statesman for me. I listen to him speak. He's not a perfect human being, but he seems a good human being.
Talking about attacking captaincy, Michael Clark came to the UAE. We saw a lot of funky fields. We saw a lot of invention or innovation, but it didn't work. They lost 2-0, and Pakistan were by far the better team in these conditions. So it may not many people do think that it's the way it should be captain, but he's done exceptionally well.
That's a shot that would probably just... Blackwood has to be very careful and be very aware as he restarts his innings this morning. It was slightly away from the body. Yes, it hit the toe of the bat, but he was reaching for it just a little bit. A little bit of angle across him.
Which, talking to the fast bowlers with reverse swing, they say that naturally, like if it's a left arm or even a right arm, the natural in swing for them with the old ball is easier than actually bowling the outswing. The outswing doesn't go as much. So yes, with the angle, it'll go away, or the in swing from Rahat, outswing to the right hander. But actually bringing back is a little bit more difficult. Doesn't go as much.
That one came back in a little bit, and that's well played. Just punched down the ground. Good touch shot. 175 for 4. Boundary in the last over, bringing up the 50 partnership, and Blackwood obviously playing aggressively. He's that type of player. Main threat for West Indies on straight away, Yasir Shah. Second spell yesterday, bowled exceptionally well, got the ball to drift.
Yeah.
Good balance from Blackwood. Not a lot of movement with his head or feet, and just looks under control in that over against Rahat. The challenge here for Chase is not to close the face of the bat and try to whip it to the onside. He did well yesterday.
Yeah. 哎呦！
The slowness of the pitch. We've seen a few drag-ons, but that one, after pitching, just crawled up to the bat. Very, very slow and had to wait a long while. Still couldn't wait long enough. Maiden to start off with for Yasir, 175 for 4.
.45 to Jermaine Blackwood.
Nice punch off the back from Blackwood again. He's looking very balanced. He's hit one through the onside, now through the offside, so his balance all sorted.
Just watching the last ball of the previous over that was punched away for 4 by Blackwood. I think it's the only one in that over that came back. That one that you talked about, minimally from off to leg. And he did something different as he ran in with the ball in his hand, to me, compared to how he runs in now with the ball in his bowling hand. Oh, gets one across him. Just jumped out to me that with about 4 or 5 steps to go, I don't know whether he tried to obscure the ball in his bowling hand or switch hands or what. He ran in with the ball in his right hand. He did a different version of Wakan, I suppose a version of Wazim, and that was the only one that shaped differently, so he's obviously probably aware. This one looks as though it should go across Blackwood again. Well played.
Still 15 overs and a delivery to go till the new ball. Hasn't really shaped that much. There's not been excessive reverse swing for the Pakistani fast bowlers. 178 for 4.
Bye.
He's got 8 half centuries in Test match cricket in addition to 1 century against England. Got a half century in his first Test match against New Zealand in Port of Spain, 2014.
Yeah.
2 half centuries against India up at Sabina Park when the West Indies managed to save that Test match earlier this year.
Yasir's length this series hasn't been very consistent.
Catch it!
So he's varied a bit from that good length and that full length. And Nawaz has been extremely consistent, just hitting that good length area time and time again. .180 for 4. .13 wickets, Yasir, but just feel that he's not been at his extreme best this series. He's done a lot of bowling. Even in this series, he's done a lot of bowling, but over the course of a couple of years he's been the main bowler and bowled a lot. And maybe because he's not hitting that good length very often, that he's not been at his best. Doesn't generally drop too short or give you those freebies. But there's a couple of factors. Maybe he's trying to develop that slower pace where he talks about trying to bowl slowly and not rush through and bowl that way. Maybe that needs time to develop. Also the fact that he's bowled so much, just bowled relentlessly for Pakistan in every series, even in England. I think he bowled so many overs in England, so it has to have a little bit of a toll.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to the first test match of this series, he bowled 80 overs, over 80 overs, the most he's ever bowled in a test match in his international career, and was still able to make contributions. 5 wickets in the first innings, came at a cost of over 100, and of course the valuable wicket of Darren Bravo on that final evening. I think you go back to England and there was one test match he bowled 63 overs in Manchester. Don't count all that he's done here in the UAE and on the subcontinent. 180 for 4. .49 to Jermaine Blackwood. Want to work on his conversion rate. He's already got 8, as I mentioned, in the previous over, 8 half centuries. Just at 100. Back-to-back half centuries at Sabina Park earlier this year. A run of ball, those 2 half centuries. .50 for him. Jermaine Blackwood's 9th half century in Test match cricket. And he'll know that his job is only partly done if the West Indies are to have any hopes of saving this decisive Test match.
Played well, played in his own way, attacked the spinners at times and played his shots, but it's worked for him, and just because of that he looks in control. Thought he batted very differently in the first couple of Test matches. This innings is probably the way he normally or naturally bats.
He is a dasher, and that's how he feels he plays his best. He will realize as he goes through his Test career, he will have to adjust his game based on situations. You don't go through a lengthy Test career just playing in one mode. That's the way he got his 50. Toby Radford on the right, CJ Clark on the left, and Yunus Khan applauding. Pretty strong character. He'll have to become more consistent. 181 for 4. A lot of times dismissed between 10 and 29, and a lot between 50 and 69. Too many, to be honest. When you get set and you get in and you've done the hard work, occasionally you'll get out there, but shouldn't be that high a percentage relative to your career. Won't carry. Around the wicket for Rahat Ali.
Same old story, doesn't carry in the UAE. It's almost a surprise when one actually goes to slip. But Rahat still working on keeping his hands dry, just keep that reverse swing going. He's come around the wicket and try and just straighten it up from there. Try and take it away a little from Blackwood and make it difficult. Just talking about our previous conversation about Yasir Shah bowling so many overs. It was the case with Saeed Ajmal as well, and he played all three formats and he bowled consistently in all three formats. Was the go-to bowler, be it Tet bowling, be it the power play bowling, or be it Test match cricket. It was always Saeed Ajmal who would be given the ball. And the theory is that Saeed Ajmal, because of that bowling, because of bowling so much, he had to, because he got tired so much that his action suffered. And once he got tested, it was maybe partly due to him bowling so much and then reverting to more flex in his action.
It's a different situation from when Wasim and Waka were in their prime. The spinner was complaining he couldn't get enough bowling. Yeah, you do have to manage that sort of process, and so often with these fast bowlers, you've got to bowl straight. I think that's one of the biggest adjustments you have to make as a quickie coming here to the UAE. In addition to teams playing against spin, it's the whole point of bowling a lot straighter. The slips aren't as active as if you would be in England, where slip catches come a mile a minute, or in Australia or New Zealand. That is a good effort, though. On this surface, time and again, short ball has proved it is a useful weapon at times.
In all series, he's not been comfortable with that delivery, with that actual bouncer which gets up high. First test, he got hit, I think he got dismissed as well down the leg side. And once it gets up around shoulder, around head height, he does struggle. Doesn't look as comfortable when he's on his front foot.
It's encouraged a short leg to be put in now by Misbah Haq. I think short ball surprised the captain as well. He's saying if you could have gotten it up there, maybe that's an added weapon we can use to ask some more questions of Blackwood. May not be the short ball that gets him out, but it may just disturb his footwork and make him a little reticent to get into position, getting forward. That's not bad carry at all. 183 for 4. been very quiet. Just one run for Roston Chase so far this morning. A lot of his high percentage of his 18 so far and in his test career do come between mid-wicket and mid-on. And so as a bowling unit, you feel at least if you take those areas away from him, mid-wicket to mid-on, you can control a large part of his scoring and maybe frustrate him. So as his career goes on, he will have to learn to score in different areas, open up his scoring game, rather than being trapped 18 of 77 balls. I don't know whether it bothers him, whether it's playing on his mind right now. His 100 against India was a flowing 100. 17 of 55 yesterday. Even with that 100, if you just put that 100 aside, in and around that, he averages 19. Now, you can't just take a score to a person's career, but he needs to surround himself, that 100, with scores of much more significance.
Isn't he primarily an off-spinner?
No, he's a batsman who bowls a little bit of off-spin, and he's tall enough, and he's bowled usefully at first-class level, but he's first and foremost a batsman. That is his primary objective, and the reason he is in this team. He's had a couple of good first-class seasons, so he needs to want to kick on again. 183 for 4. Rahat Ali comes around the wicket again. Talking about Roston Chase, and talk about the wonderful skill in that 100 where he whipped the ball through the leg side with great aplomb. It was one shot he played down the ground, down past mid-off a drive. That was wonderful to behold, but it's a rare thing for him. He's one of those off the spinner. Fantastic knock. Impressive and stylish. So good it's impressed the greats. But as is the case with technology, when you make an impressive score such as that, that's the wagon wheel, and the areas in which he scored his runs, the high percentage volume through the leg side. He can score through the offside, but his preference is onside. And so he has to create a greater balance in order to trick oppositions with the amount of technology that will be scrutinizing this in teams around the world. That's 2 first-class tournaments, 710 runs at 59 and 534 at 44. 2015 and 2016. An offside run. Come back for 2.
First half in our West Indies have looked quite comfortable. Yasir Shah with paint all over. Wants some mineral water to wash his hands. Yeah, laundry bill goes up.
Surprisingly whippy action. Rahat Ali, tall young man, loping run, and Generated enough pace this morning to now have a short leg for both Blackwood and Chase. With a deep square leg. That's good. That is good carry. That is a top-class effort on this surface.
But Blackwood and Chase would probably know that Rahat maybe will bowl one more, maximum two more, because the new ball is around the corner. And Pakistan as of yet haven't got a breakthrough.
I've asked you if you're going to go for left arm spin. Who do you go for first this morning, Mohammad Nawaz or Zulfikar Baba?
With the new ball, it'll probably be Zulfikar. 186 for 4.
Good day, everybody. So the first half an hour has been wicketless for Pakistan. It's gritty stuff from West Indies. They're hanging in there, not worry about the day 5 pitch. It's Pakistan who were in kind of a huddle in the break between the overs, looking at the pitch and not giving it a too friendly look. I think they were hoping that things will happen automatically. This is Test match cricket. And so you've got to earn wickets. You've got to put a strategy in and work hard to achieve results out of his crease. And he picks up a single. You've got to encourage this. Maybe flight the ball more over the wicket, round the wicket stuff. I don't know for how long can Misbah allow this pattern to continue. Is he getting desperate? Should he get desperate, Waqar?
I don't think he should get desperate. Maybe he can bring maybe another man near the bat just to put a man in his eye line, put an extra pressure on the batter. But I think Pakistan still feel that it's still early morning, still plenty of time. Out. That's the one he was looking for. Spun sharply, and Sarfraz made no mistake. Beautifully taken.
Yeah, what a delivery. It spun more. It had everything, including the outside edge. Have a look at this one, folks. Yeah, more revolutions on it and turn from the straight. And well caught by Sarfraz. He was looking at the ball, and it's, yes, that pump action from Yasir Shah suggesting that it was a big wicket. And so a partnership has been broken. It's Chase who's gone for 20. 187 for the loss of 5 now. Well, can West Indies pin hopes on Shea Hope? Shea Hope. It's like Jay Hope. 7 matches and 182 runs, average of 15.17. West Indies need to put up a fight. I think that is the best that they can do. It's going to be tough. This was always expected, and this was an impossible ball really to play because it spun so much. And he was committed to that shot, just a feather edge, and he was gone.
He bowled a little slowly. That pace that he's been bowling since morning was a little quicker. This one was a little slower. And that's why it spun off the surface. It just spun very, very quickly. And nicely taken, very nicely taken by Sarfraz. Never easy on the 5th day when you're doing the wicket-keeping duties. Another man comes in. Is put a man in gully as a Shafiq has come in.
Oh, yes, yes.
More flight and lesser pace from Yasir, allowing the ball to grip and spin, I guess. And that's the most important thing for a spinner, to judge at what pace you want to bowl on a certain pitch. Yeah, the angles are becoming difficult for batsmen to tackle.
Suddenly things have started looking good for Pakistan. Ball has started spinning more. I guess because a new batsman there and you feel that it's spinning more. But yeah, definitely good line, good length. Oh, another wonderful delivery. 187 for 5.
Blackwood is on strike. So that seems to be the strategy now from Pakistan against Blackwood. Pitch the ball on the shorter side, use the short leg fielder, make him think about the bouncer.
In this entire series, we have seen whenever the Pakistani bowlers have come around the wicket, especially the left armers, we saw Wahab also, Amir also going around the wicket and trying to tuck the batsman up with the short leg, with the man right on the boundary. That really make them vulnerable, especially the ball coming into them. And I think Rahat is doing a good job here. Beautiful stroke, right on the front foot, a little bit fuller, gone for 4.
That's a punishing response. A bouncer followed by a full pitch delivery. Have a look at this, that lovely drive. Still willing to be on the front foot, driving it through the line. On a pitch like this, Waqar, I guess you need pace. Pace like Wahab Riaz, otherwise you could be at the receiving end, or you could be very patient as a bowler because you have to work extremely hard to pick up a wicket. If you're a medium pacer, change his angle from over the wicket. That's put away into the gap. That's good batting by Blackwood. He's timed the ball beautifully. Very clean striking from him.
It's a hard work on this sort of surface because the pitch doesn't give you anything. Whatever you get is in the air. And we saw in the first inning, Rahat picking 3 wickets. That was all when he pitched the ball really up and the batsman is coming on the front, where this pitch has gone slower now. So even that element of the pitch is also gone. So it's just a 5th day pressure which might make the batsman make mistake. Otherwise, I feel that it's still very easy to bat on this pitch. Misbah moving that short leg fielder back to short mid-wicket. One slip, one gully, backward point, cover, mid-off, mid-on. So he spread the field. There is not many fielders on the catching position.
He's running in hard. Rahat 1 for 58. He's not slippery, but this can be a soul-destroying pitch for a pacer, where you run in ball after ball knowing that you're not going to get the kind of result that you'd probably get on a more responsive pitch, yet you're willing to work hard, and this is what you're getting from Rahat Ali. He's running in hard and hitting the deck hard, and is generally very accurate.
Well, that's why I feel that the bowlers bowling on these pitches and getting wickets on these pitches deserves more credit. Because no grass whatsoever on the pitch. It's literally dead pitch. Even the spinners are not really getting much out of it. It's the 5th day, and maybe the last over you have seen a little bit turn. Otherwise, it's been pretty easy to bat on. He's trying to hide the ball. He's trying to hide the shine. Well, this is the first time I'm seeing it. Should be coming back into the right-hander. 193 for 5.
The spinner is on the right, the one that's won. Yeah, 27 wickets and over 1,000 runs scored in this match so far. Run rate has been decent, 3.1 knot. Yasir 3 for 64. Getting it to spin very close to that off stump. If you're a spinner, if you spin one viciously, then you're in business, and this is what happened. The 5th and the 6th ball on the right of the screen is a leg spinner, on the left was the attempted wrong one, so good variations from Yasir Shah. Yeah, that's beautifully done through the offside once again. Powerful strike from Blackwood, from Hope. In fact, he's off the mark with a very attractive cover drive.
That will give him a lot of confidence. A little bit more flight and opening the face of the bat. He's got a few fielders on the offside trying to prevent that boundary, but he played it right in the middle of the two. Pierced it beautifully. Beautiful stroke.
Yeah, threaded it very nicely. Over pitching a little. Yasir is a little disappointed. That's more like it. Allow the ball to spin. He's looking for that range.
I don't think he should mind that boundary, because especially with two fielders, slip fielder and the gully fielder there, he's got every chance of nicking. Because when you go hard at the ball, lovely delivery, it is there's every chance that you'll nick. It might go a little quickly to the slip or the gully fielder, but it'll create the opportunity.
When he's bowling his wrong ones, the ball is bouncing more, so that's the other thing that he'll get. He doesn't spin it much, the googly, but he'll get it to bounce because the ball hits the seam, and because of ball hitting the seam, the pitch hitting the seam gets more bounce out of it. It's a slow pitch. You can make your own length if you're a batsman. That ball easily played off the back for that last delivery.
Yeah.
It's 197 for 5. Blackwood still fighting it out for his side, 60 from 94. Brathwaite 67 from 133, and it's Yasir once again in the wickets column. 4 for 86 in the first innings and 3 for 68 in the second. Sohail Khan, they're in conversation with Azhar Ali and Misbah ul Haq. I mean, he's trying, he's explaining the art of hiding the ball, I think. Waqar, I mean, you'd be able to translate that body language, because he's once or twice shown Azhar and Misbah how he's going to bowl this bowl with this old ball.
I think he's also trying to talk to Misbah about the new ball issue, because it's coming in few hours' time, and is this the right time for me to come? He's hiding his course. He's going to try to hide the ball, make sure that the batsmen don't see the shiny side. In the air, but wide of the field, 4 runs. Ordinary shot.
200 runs are raised by West Indies, 201 for 5. So the shiny side out on the outside, and it was hit hard, got it past the slip cordon.
Well, another trick of bowling reverse swing is when you bowl the in-swinger to the right-hander, right-arm fast bowler I'm talking about. He's hiding it again one more time. That's another beautiful stroke. Right on top of it, another boundary. So what you need to do is, when you're swinging it in, I think it's important to pitch it up. Yes, you do need pace. You need a good pace to beat the batter, especially on this sort of surface. But when you're just bowling that outswinger, or when you want the ball to go away from the bat, you have to really hit the deck, because it doesn't really swing that much, because the angle or the force you're putting onto the ball is basically pushing into the right-hander. So the ball to go away, you have to really bowl a little bit shorter and try to get off the wicket, whatever you get. I'm thinking you're not going to get much out of this pitch, but whatever you can get is you have to bowl a little shorter when you're bowling the outswinger.
Hurried him that time. Not happy. He started off by shaking his head. Just gotta feel good about this. Pakistan in with a chance to win a test match. You can be a good contributor. That's neatly played away. He's got good footwork, Blackwood. Very quickly into position to play that flick. As long as you don't allow that ball to hit the pad, you're fine, because this is what Sohail Khan is looking to do. Get that in swing going and hit him in line with the stumps. Yeah, just suggesting to his partner there, look out for the in dipper.
Good thing for Sohail Khan is that is swinging. That's a plus. The last couple of deliveries has swung back into the right-hander, so there is swing available.
High elbow, full face of the bat. Good shot. Well, there are different ways of masking the ball when the ball is reversing. On the left is Rahat Ali, holding it on his non-bowling arm, and on the right is Sohail Khan, holding it with both hands.
Well, in contrast to me and Wasim, it's the other way around. I used to sort of hold it, the right arm fast bowler hold. I used to hold it in my left hand and bowl with the right. And Wasim used to go the other way. He used to hide it with both hands. 206 was 5.
बाबा थोड़ा पीछे हो
206 for the loss of 5. Yasir 3 for 68. Nawaz has picked up a wicket and Rahat has picked 1 for 58.
कहने दे अभी अच्छा गिर रहा है क्या पता चांस है ओए
Yeah, that'll do very nicely. Straight hit. It surprised Yasir Shah because he's threatening to pick up a wicket or two, and it's Blackwood with another strong straight drive against the spin.
Yeah, it's important that you should make the bowler feel that I'm around. I can hit it. You'll bowl me a loose delivery and I'm after you. Make him a little bit more conscious about the length or line he's bowling. Because what happens is when you keep blocking it or keep defending the ball, the bowler's line becomes very good. He knows where to land and he's not really thinking about the batsman. What is he gonna do? But if you hit him a couple of shots or hit him a couple of boundaries, he'll probably start thinking, okay, I gotta be careful because he's coming after me also.
That's well stopped by Yunus Khan. While we want to praise Blackwood, and it has been a very fine innings, he plays the ball with hard hands, so there's every opportunity that he can scoop one in the air at cover or may edge it to Yunus Khan. There, once again, hard drive, blocked by Misbah this time. It's 210 for 5. just got to be a little bit consistent here. Sohail Khan, I think he's tried too many things in that first over. Just wanted maybe to impress Misbah. Maybe he was backing himself to pick up a wicket, but I think this pitch doesn't have a lot in it for the pacers. So you've got to just sit in and develop your skills over 5 or 6 over stint. Yeah, I think, and he can do that. He can repeat that length ball after ball because he's got a nice action. Doesn't need to do too many things at this stage. Just get into a bowling groove and then decide to just set up the batsman.
That's what most Misbah likes. Misbah likes his bowlers to be consistent. Whatever they're doing, they have to be consistent. And let Misbah know what you want to do, what you want to achieve. What happens is when you bowl both sides of the pitch, or you try too many things, when you're reversing, because you can bowl both ways, you can make the ball go away also. What happens is that you try too many things at times, and when you don't have pace, you struggle, you go for runs, and that's what Misbah don't like. You want to play a waiting game, but just bowl a spell where you just in one line. If you want to go out swinger, just stick to that off stump line or just outside. And if you want to bowl in swinger, you have to have your fielders on the onside and bowl straighter. He doesn't like giving away too many runs. That's Misbah. Now that's good. This 4 deliveries so far is bowled just outside the off stump. Just keep it there for a few overs.
Pity about the crowds, though. I mean, Pakistan is a top quality, world-class unit. I think that's the next step they need to take. Maybe improve the state of the pitches. You know, either have a green top or have a square turner. This in-between stuff, Waqar, can just put the viewership off a bit. There's so many world-class players playing in this side, and I think they haven't had the kind of response that you were hoping after downing England in that memorable Oval Test match to square the series, and how they've developed as a world's best side. I think I was hoping that more people would come and watch the likes of Misbah and Yunus and, you know, Wahab and Yasir Shah, Azhar Ali. They're all stars.
I doubt if Pakistan can produce a turner, because there's such a dry surface and still not getting any spin out of it. That means you're not going to get a turner, a big turner from here. 210 for 5. And also rings.
Position where they may still be thinking that they've got a chance, as unlikely as it appears, that they've still got a chance in this match.
Well, I think we have seen a lot of cricket, Fazir, for sometimes maybe to try and jump the gun and to obviously try and suggest exactly what's going to happen and things like that, because the turnarounds at times. But I guess you're looking at this young man, Blackwood, at this stage, who is on 73 not out, Hope on 4. And here's where, just coming back to Blackwood, that when you would have had an opportunity to get as far as 73, it is so important that at least they start to register that 3 figure. It is so important, not just maybe for this match itself, but when you get an opportunity again, because they would have been in this situation many a times and would have scored over 50 on a few occasions. It's about the conversion factor of getting 3 figures, which would help maybe in future, that you believe that I'm not searching anymore, but I can achieve certain things in some very difficult situation.
Good bit of work by Nawaz. Whether it's the first ball after a break in play whether it's the last ball of the day, we saw that in the last over. Yesterday, when he was still looking to go after the bowling and miscued over cover. He is by nature an attacking player. Shai Hope, in contrast, still very, very watchful, very circumspect, maybe not even entirely sure of his place in the team. And that's why he takes a while to get going now. He's faced some 19 deliveries for his 4 runs.
Well, he's not first choice, so I guess it is an opportunity that he feels he wants to grab with both hands. And this is why you're getting that sort of tender loving care from what you would have seen with his batting at this stage. You know, taking some time, but I guess the situation as well would call for this. Especially you have an individual of the nature of Blackwood, the other end, who is totally opposite in terms of the aggression that he brings. He believes that I'm just going to stay here and see myself through in terms of time spent at the crease, which would be of great help. But we just started to see a little bit of spin, and especially the dismissal of Chase would have given hope, especially to the fielding unit. And this is where I guess young Hope would most certainly have to be quite watchful.
Well, as much as give hope, it's brought hope to the crease, the dismissal of Ruston Chase. And it's interesting to see the different styles playing Yasir Shah. He's getting right out, almost trying to trap the ball in the crease, reaching as far out as he could, whereas Chase was not exactly fully forward. He's a tall man.
And this is what it's all about. We see Shai Hope turning one to square leg. It's going to bring him 2 runs. And this is where everyone's got their own little technique. We look at, it's end of the over, it's 213 for 5.
Seven wickets in the match so far for Yasir Shah. He also got 7 in Dubai in the day-night fixture. Positioned there, a very safe pair of hands, Asad Shafiq. At that short, straightish mid-off, he likes to go into those drives, Jermaine Blackwood. And they're looking for him to miscue. Now they've got the spelling right. Well done.
What a good comeback that. I guess there's some corrections, and that's right. So as you can see, with that particular delivery again, and that short man and extra cover, Faz, suggests that they have a fair idea that Jermaine Blackwood's like to just hit through the line of the ball. And if there's any miscuing of such, and here he goes again. That's much better. IAN, yes, that's good. That's good, and it's nice to know that you can apologize for your mistakes. That's the one. That was yesterday. Oh, the Iron Man Bishop.
Now this is what I could call rank. That you could actually get people to correct their errors. That's when you've got status. And they're enjoying the shade provided by the roof here at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium. And it's an interesting roof as well, because from the moment you see it, especially from the lower levels, it looks as if, I don't know if you're a Star Trek fan, as if the USS Enterprise crash landed somewhere behind there and ran up to the back of the stand.
Dr. Spock, I think he starred pretty much in that. Anyone who would know that series itself.
I suppose Dr. Spock would say that it's not very logical that the West Indies could get anywhere close to 456. But maybe Captain Kirk will be of a different view, because he was a bit of a loose cannon. Always believed that he could pull off the impossible.
You do have him around. But I guess when you look at that whole picture itself, it does suggest that it is a magnificent stadium. It is pretty impressive. And I guess we are rather fortunate to be in this part of the world, not basically renowned for its cricket itself, to know that we are standing or obviously doing commentary in one of these stadiums. Kyle Hope not looking too bad here at this stage. He's trying to assert himself. He's 7 off 25. Blackwood 76 off 101 balls. And that does suggest, with all the aggression that we know that comes from Blackwood, you can see there's a concerted effort, Faz, for him to, he wants to bat and bat as long as he can. And as I said, getting to 3 figures would be a plus, not just for this match, but moving forward, and also the enhancing of his career as well.
216 for 5.
Shabba Yasira.
That building away in the distance. That's actually the largest circular building in the world. Dropping short of a mid-wicket. Known as the Coin Tower. Headquarters of a major real estate company, and there's lots of real estate to develop in this part of the world.
Not as impressive as that part of the world. The guys in the commentary team would have been staying at a very elegant place in Antigua called, not the most elegant of names, Chumbi Bay. And anyone who is associated with that name itself does suggest that it's something rather scary.
That's just Sheikh Zayed Bridge we just had a look at. Makta Bridge, correction. There are a lot of bridges because Abu Dhabi is a collection of islands. So you'd have all these bridges connecting them. So taking you more towards the center of the city. We talk about Jambi Bay. For those who might be wondering, what's a Jambi? That's related to the spirits and those, as you would have probably in this part, other parts of the world, ghosts and ghouls and goblins and all those sorts of things. In the Caribbean, we refer to them as Jumbies.
Other parts as well, you would have the name Yetis. Yeah, that's in Mongolia and this part of the world. So there's all sort of names for anything that's sort of scary. And I guess in Antigua and Barbuda, and maybe in most of the Caribbean islands, a Jumbi seems to be something that more fictional than anything else. And at the end of the over, it's going to be 2, 2, 3 for 5.
The new ball to be taken immediately as it becomes due. Sohail Khan to continue. I wonder if he's going to continue with Yasir Shah as well. We saw him with the new ball in the first innings and turned out to be very successful. Got 3 wickets with the second new ball, using the second new ball. For the moment, it's Sohail Khan. Well, he loved the arrival of the new ball, greeted it with that superb drive.
Brilliant. And I guess with a harder ball as well, and you've been in for quite some time, every batsman do appreciate that. He's throwing the kitchen sink at that. Didn't quite get to the pitch as he would have liked, but the more important thing, the wonderful hands just went through the ball, head stayed down, and just had a flash and made sure that he made good contact, even though the footwork wasn't as good as the shot itself. Brought him 4.
But we did see some away swing, and Sohail Khan is actually going to be encouraged by the swing, if not the shot.
A little bit wayward down leg side. But yeah, you're so correct with that first delivery, even though Blackwood did time it as well as he would have liked. You can see just a little shape, and I guess this is why maybe here we're going to have another Yasir Shah on the other side of things, the other side of the fence. Why should one team be in white and the other in color? I'm not quite sure. Maybe they could not really decide which match they were turning up to. That's another brilliant shot again. And as you can see, just the effect of the new ball is leaving the batter at a rapid pace. Brilliant shot again. Let's see this one there, Faz. Not much movement of the feet again, as you said. There's a little away swing, and Blackwood got to be careful here that he doesn't get too carried away with the 2 shots that he would have played so far. But wonderful timing. That's the most important thing. When the footwork is not as good, heads down, got his hands through the ball as well as any. Brilliant, as you can see, just that picture moment. Just that sound on the bat does suggest that he's enjoying this second new ball from the results that we would have seen previously with the 2 fours that was scored. You just got to be careful now, because there's so many times that when you're feeling so good, you're on top of the world, and we see there is the partnership of 44 runs from 56 balls. And we would have heard Captain Holder this morning speak about the partnership effect as well.
Well, he was denied another boundary there for sure, because there was no way mid-on was going to cover that one. He was barely through the delivery and it was past him into the stumps.
Robbed of another 4. That 12th man is coming into play again. Very illegal, but look, that was pretty close. Kyle Hope had was to Shy Hope, sorry, had was to make sure that he did some work. But brilliant timing. Just wonderful timing so far. We just seen Blackwood at his very best. The end of the over, it's 2-3-1 for 5.
Welcome company for Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. They aren't the only surviving Beatles.
Could be classified also that the Volkswagen is also classified as being the Beatle. First I would have seen a Beatle somewhere in the field having a feed. But what a wonderful group that in our days. I think I was just around the time Abbey Street, Paul McCartney and the Beatles, Ringo Starr, John Lennon, and all those wonderful songs that were created in that particular environment.
Already there's an issue with the ball here. Maybe the seam already coming up. Bits of leather on the actual ball itself. And again, he's using the new ball, as we saw in the first innings. Excellent shot. The way he played that, opening the face of the bat to find the gap, that'll give him some confidence.
Brilliant shot, Dan. Just before we describe, or after we describe this shot, it'd be nice to know you would have been around in the early days of the Beatles. Look at this now after this. Brilliant. Inside out, hitting with the spin, and brilliant timing also. Which was your favorite Beatles song?
He's getting big turns still. And this is where he's got to be extremely watchful. It's a new ball, yes, so it's going to skid on. He's going to get bounce. But he's getting turn as well, so it's going to actually add to the challenge for the batsman.
Shots again. Brilliant shot. This time, magnificent timing. Didn't seem to put much effort into that. But the 50 partnership have come up 52 runs from 62 balls at a rapid rate. These two seems to be finding their way at this particular stage. Brilliant, that. I'm still waiting on that favorite song, Faz.
Yellow Submarine.
Would you want to know mine? She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. They were brilliant, weren't they? You know, as a little boy, they were just it's something we sometimes wanted to be the Beatles at times before you start believing about the stuff from the States.
Boundaries flowing with the arrival of the second new ball. 239 for 5.
चलो यार जरा ये 5-6 ओवर बहुत तगड़े करने हैं जरा भाई
This 50 partnership has come up in 10 overs. 52 runs off 64 balls since the dismissal of Roston Chase. Shai Hope very, very watchful at the start, but a couple of boundaries with the arrival of the second new ball. And now we're going to have Zulfikar Babar with the new ball also. Yet to get a wicket in the match. Picked with the expectation that he would be successful on a day like this.
I'm just having a look so far. You would have heard how quickly that partnership came up between these two individuals this time. Just train down the leg side a little bit. Safra's as vocal as ever. But Shai Hope, with this 15 runs that we would have seen off 32 deliveries, does suggest that there's some substance there in terms of his batsmanship. You would have heard over the years, I guess, for the opportunities that he had to have played at test match level, he was basically out of his zone as a middle order batsman, being pushed up the order as an opening batsman, and just looks the part, looks a little bit more comfortable in this position. Not quite sure whether if he gets an opportunity again, whether he's going to be doing any bits with the glove work or anything like that. But I'm impressed so far with what I've seen. He looks pretty patient, looks to have a decent enough technique. They just need to go on now. And when you can get runs in these sort of conditions against the very best spinners. Loud appeal. And you can see why Baba, wicketless so far. So I don't think Misbah is going to go upstairs. Let's have a little look again here. It's coming around the wicket and most certainly going down the leg side.
Not too often that you'd see a bowler signal immediately that he didn't think he got it, and that was his reaction. Doesn't want to waste a review at this stage. 2 new reviews available to Pakistan. Looking to challenge the batsman in that over. 240 for 5.
High score of 112 for Jermaine Blackwood last year against England in Antigua. Good batting surface. The West Indies went on to draw that game with a match-saving 100 from Jason Holder, who is yet to come in this match. He's played well, Blackwood. I mentioned he's a tough little character. He's full of heart. And if he gets the free figures here, obviously for any batsman, it'll do them the world of good. But for a guy who's been inconsistent, you hope that it'll draw some good qualities of consistency out of him. Pulls this away. Rat Ali's after it. They get 2. They could come back for 3. Nope, 2. Morning, Ramis.
Morning, Bish. Yeah, I've quite enjoyed the freedom with which he's played in this innings. On a day 5 pitch, West Indies was supposed to get hassled by the situation, by the debris in that good length area, by the state of the roughness of the pitch, by the quality of Yasir Shah. Blackwood is absolutely not bothered about such issues and got on with it. He's played such a clean innings. Going at a great strike rate. We're talking about a strike rate of 76 almost. He hasn't complicated this batting stuff. Just kept it simple. If you've seen the ball in his area, he's hit it 11 boundaries in his 95. And what happens if your partner is looking from the non-striker's view, that he gets a lot of lift the way you're batting. And you can see that Hope is now warming up to the task as well.
Yeah, Shea Hope's brother, actually, his older brother, Kyle, scored 81 today against Sri Lanka A, playing for the West Indies in the first one-day international that is taking place currently. And there are some who feel in the homeland of Barbados, his brother at one stage had more talent than he has, but he plays for Trinidad and Tobago now. Oh, knocked him over. That is the end of Blackwood through the gate. And Yazir Shah strikes again.
Oh, that is so sad because he was dead set on a magnificent 100. Yasir Shah threatening to spin the ball. It's a new ball that stayed the course, hit the flap and hit the stumps. Natural variations from Yasir Shah, and he's absolutely enjoyed it and nailed Blackwood with a straighter delivery. Gone after playing a fantastic innings of 95, 244 for 6 West Indies.
Talking a little bit of time ago about that century, his only test match 100 scored last year against England in Antigua. Well, he'll need something resembling that today, the West Indies captain. Jermaine Blackwood played so well. Just a class act, Yazir Shah.
I mean, he's the catalyst of Pakistan in this lineup. Yasir Shah once again initiating a false shot. Just played down the wrong line. I think he's expecting it to spin a little bit more than how it turned out to be. Straighter delivery, hitting the off stump. Beautifully deceived by Yasir Shah. Zulfikar Baba will flight the ball. That is how he normally bowls with the new ball. Let the glaze on the ball skid it off the surface. Yeah. Didn't handle that too well, but a superb innings comes to an end. You've got to admire the tenacity, the pugnaciousness, the style of Blackwood. 95 from just 127 balls. Yeah, watch out for that straighter angle. How the times have changed. Here's a left-arm bowler who likes to bowl with the new ball and is a more potent force when the ball is new.
Holder gets off the mark.
He's averaging 91 in the series, Jason Holder. Could have promoted himself by one position if not batting in proper middle order. He's looked as organized as any batsman in this West Indies lineup.
.246 for 6. 210 the deficit for the West Indies, but 4 wickets to get for Pakistan, most importantly, to win the test match, win the series. They haven't lost a test series since 2014 in Sri Lanka. It's a proud record for Misbah Haq and his team. Yeah, they haven't played a lot of cricket overseas outside of subcontinent in that time, but that drawn series in England will be a great feather in their cap and a testament of what they are capable of, given more opportunity.
Yeah, and primarily for that reason, how they shaped up for that Oval Test match where they were 2-1 down and had to win it to square the series. It was a Herculean effort that I personally am backing them to do well in Australia and New Zealand. Oh, almost a scoop down the throat of Misbah Haq at short cover. He'll pick up 2. A little bit more flight, and Jason Holder early into that drive. Yeah, it's a solid unit. It's and Misbah has given them a straightforward blueprint to follow. Oh, playing inside the line of a Turner. Could have been a lot worse for Jason Holder. Thankfully, that ball didn't spin a lot.
Yeah, in fact, I think the only time he's been dismissed in this series, he played inside the line of a attempted googly from Yasir Shah and lost his off stump.
There's a reason why Sarfraz is known to be street smart. Is shouting googly googly, but in Urdu also suggesting to Yasir, don't bowl a googly, but letting the batsman know that he may be bowling a wrong one to you. Clever. 249 for 6.
Still searching for his first wicket of the test match, Zulfikar Baba. That's a pet shot for Jason Holder. That has gone all the way, and he hits it with such easy power.
Well, a skillful striker. That was a monster 6. More flight from Zulfikar Baba, made room, exposed the stumps, and beautifully done. Lending a helping hand. There's nobody there to retrieve the ball. Yeah, nicely read, and great flow of the cricket bat, and everybody watched it sail over.
Shifted the field with that shot too. A sweeper has gone out onto the extra cover boundary.
Yes, Maddie. Yes, buddy. Shafiq Shah, बहुत आला little Shafiq.
Hasn't spun an inch, but he's accurate, Zulfikar Baba. That's how he snares a wicket. Just be consistent and look to get it back and hit the pads or bowl the batsman between bat and pad.
Is he in your touring team for New Zealand, Australia?
It's useful considering that there are not a lot of options available for Pakistan. There's Nawaz, obviously, who's in the running. I would still back Nawaz to make part of that touring squad, because he could be a special all-rounder for Pakistan. You know, he can bat, obviously needs to improve his batting and bowling both. 256 for 6.
A lot of wickets in this series, as has been the fact of the career of Yazir Shah, have been bowled on LBW. Bowls from pretty close to the stumps. Very direct. Two taken.
He's looking to dominate Jason Holder. 13 from 13. Very good in that area. Stays inside the line of the ball, and that was an easy ball to execute that cover drive, full toss. But he's timing them all right. That ball flew to the man at mid-on. Just a wicket away from a 5-wicket haul. Yasir. 4 in the first innings and 4 in the second. It could be that he wants to take his, or vent his frustration on Pakistani bowlers, because he's been under the cosh as a leader, Jason Holder.
Yeah, but he still has to apply himself, whatever method he chooses, and he seems to be going the attacking route. He's got Shea Hope at the other end, and who's in need of gathering as much as he can from every test innings that he plays. Really still important to push the game as far as you can. So whether his personal frustrations are, he's got to lead here with a sense of responsibility, Jason Holder. 197 more required. In theory, 259 for 6. Holder on 14, Hope on 17. Zulfikar Baba is out of the attack. 3 overs to him. Whether he's being switched around, only time will tell. Mohammad Nawaz into the attack. 5 wickets in the series. So far, he picked up the wicket of Craig Brathwaite yesterday. Doubt whether it's a shift around, because Yazir Shah is on 4 wickets, searching for his 5th. bowling reasonably well. I suppose the one question you'd have in the toss-up and the speculation, the conjecture about Zulfikar Baba's position. Not sure Waqar Younis had him in his touring team. I'm not sure where Waqar is. But if you take Mohammad Nawaz, is he ready? Let's say Yazir Shah pulls a hamstring the morning before a test match. Is he ready to be a sole spinner in those conditions? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Is he at that level? He's getting better. He's looking more confident in his body language and his bowling.
And I can only assume that Misbah have gone a little neutral regarding Zulfikar Baba, because you know, in the previous series he wouldn't start without a Zulfikar Baba in the playing 11, but he's in a mood, maybe pressed by the selectors to involve more youngsters in the squad, because it's an excellent time to get youngsters in that winning environment.
Yeah.
Hafiz, by the way, breaking news, has opted to go for a bowling test. He's asked the PCB to get a date from the ICC. Still very sharp in the field. Yasir Shah has bowled plenty of overs in this test match, yet keen on getting a run out. You can never fault his commitment. Have a look at him.
It's also good running. It's good cricket between Holder and Shea Hope. Still alert to the possibility of every run and settling down, trying to settle down in this partnership of 20.
Oh!
265 for 6. Four more wickets, 4 more needed for Pakistan. Lots of time in which to get it, and 191 runs to play with. A test for Shea Hope. Yazir Shah goes round the wicket. Coach, one of the, I suppose, the senior most coach in the squad, Henry Springer, also out of Barbados, would have had interaction with a lot of the young players who have now graduated to international level, including Holder and Hope and company at some point in their growth. Used to be a coach, an assistant coach with the West Indies many years ago as well. Part of the coaching setup, along with David Williams, the former West Indies wicketkeeper, all 5'6" of him. Now a coach at the various levels of coaching in Trinidad and Tobago. Grammys, I think I said 5'6". I gave him about 4 inches too many there. It was about 5'2".
You would have needed binoculars, Bish, to look at him from your height. Got to flight the ball, just invite that uppish inside-out drive. There's a fielder there at deep cover. Yasir Shah has gone a little flat against Holder. He's in a mood to experiment, Jason Holder. Oh, dead gone. Pfeiffer for Yasir Shah. You're missing the straighter ball. Jason Holder knows that he's gone. Camping on the back foot. He had to really play that one with the bat. He missed it. And it's Yasir Shah who's once again been instrumental in making it easy for Pakistan with the ball. 5 for 101. So Holder missing a straighter ball. This is the second new ball. Now 9.4 overs all. Yeah, pitched within the zone and would have struck him smack on the middle stump, I think. And he knew it straight away. He was halfway appealing when the umpire heard his call and gave him that leg before wicket. And Pfeiffer for Yasir Shah. Windy skipper is out, gone for 16, and it's 266%.